Three. Hello and welcome to Bertha's Closet, where today we'll be covering Carmilla for our Halloween special. This book, I believe, was written by Sheridan Le Fanu, an Irish author, and it was published in 1872. What is the consensus of the book so far, gentlemen?
He was Irish?
He
I
was.
thought
He
he was
was
French.
Irish, yeah.
Is he?
Oh.
Yeah, I have a minor correction.
Is he
I
French or
believe
Irish?
is. Oh, I don't know. I
I
thought
don't
he was
think
Irish.
about
He's
he probably
Irish.
is Irish.
Because yeah.
I think you think it's French because the le in it, probably.
Yeah, he's a la douche. What was your whatever
My
person?
rating?
No, Cody, what was he saying?
Oh, I have a minor correction. I believe it was written 1871 and 72 as a serialized novel. Again,
Oh God.
The hell is a
You love
serialized
those serialized
novel?
novels.
Why is every fucking book we read a serialized
that's
novel?
what they. That's how they came out, man. That's how they used to come
Yeah,
out.
they could only print out on like 3 pages a month.
Oh, okay.
All right, what's everyone thinking? Out of 5,
Uh,
our classic scale.
Cody, if you don't mind breaking down the
Yes, I am actually ready this time. 1, did not like. 2, it was okay. 3, liked it. 4, really liked it. 5, it was amazing. So out of 5.
I think I'd give it a maybe like a 3.5.
Okay. Is that the best book so far for you?
For me, yeah, it's better than, Gori no Sho, easily.
Okay.
I think it's
Try hard.
I think it's
Try hard.
close
Yeah.
to Journey to the Center of the Earth, but this is still better.
What were your ratings for those other books again?
Honestly, can't remember. I think like Five Rings
I could
rating
have
is
swore
2.
you gave it 3.5 last week.
Oh, did I?
I'm pretty
No,
sure
no.
you did.
For Five Rings, it was a 2. I gave it, I believe.
Well,
Center of
think
the
you were
Earth was the
pretty
one I
high.
think I gave it a 3 or a 3.5. Like it was in between that range. This is more of like a 3.5 to 4 for me.
Who
It's
gave a
definitely
book
better
of
than-
5 rings? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I don't think this is better than Journey, but that's just because I like the atmosphere and the taste more.
You don't think this was better than Journey?
No, this was better than Journey. I'm saying.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. For like the
Just making sure
ranking
we're
is like
sane.
Five Rings is like the lowest, and then middle is like Journey, and then like the highest so far is Carmilla out of the 3 books we've read so
Yeah.
far.
Who gave a
Yeah, it's okay to be wrong.
Wait, what?
What's you wrong about?
Journey's way worse than Book of Five Rings. I'd rather read Book
Whoa,
of Five
no.
Rings like
Whoa.
3 times.
Alright.
Oh, no,
Not even close.
You picked the fucking thing.
Yeah. All right.
Oh.
I'd read it again. I'm gonna read it again for next week.
You'd rather read
Next
a
week.
wait. You'd rather read a Book of 5 Rings over Journey.
Yep.
You're retarded, and I'm saying that
But-
with complete not offensiveness to you or anyone.
Okay.
Wait, but you also hate Journey though,
Me?
don't you?
Yeah, I do, but not as much as I fixed my rankings. I gave a Book of 5 Rings a 1, and I gave Journey a 2.
Oh wow, okay, that's some character development for you.
There you go. Everybody's
Just so we
bitching at
know-
me. Pre-podcast.
Yeah, my rating of Carmilla was 4 out of 5, so I loved it.
Ooh, nice.
Sorry,
Well-
sorry. Really liked it. My bad. My
really
bad.
liked it.
That's because you're a simp and a cock, and that's why.
I am in lesbians with this book. It is pretty good.
That's pretty good. Okay.
Who gave a book a 5 Rings? Who gave that the highest rating? Whose rating was the highest on that?
I gave it a 3.5.
Were you the
No, it's
highest?
Harry.
Harry was the little freak over there. Okay. I gave this a 2. I thought it was
What?
fine. It was fine. It was the best book so far, and it's my highest 2. But it's a 2. It bored
Are these
me.
skills broken?
It bored me. I fell asleep a lot, and I hated the ending. Which, to be fair, I've been hating every ending so far. But
I knew he was gonna hate the ending.
I
ending
love
sucked.
the ending of Five
ending
Rings.
was
There wasn't any
fine.
more.
What do you mean the ending was fine? Nothing happened.
Well, I mean, it has some problems, but like it's okay.
It was so quick.
It was kind of abrupt.
I mean, the whole thing was very quick.
That's
Yeah,
fair,
it's a
but the
short
ending
book.
was like 5 pages long.
How about
Well, you know what I thought you were gonna hate. Actually, we should probably just save that until we talk
Yeah,
about
just do
the.
that. Well, I gave it a
the
2.
content.
It was fine. I
Okay.
fell asleep most of the time, and the only time I woke up was when she said the sexual words. Also, my narrator got really into it, and a lot of people
Yeah.
were cool about that.
Yeah, that was
And
really
I don't know if
awesome.
any of you listened to the audiobook, but my audiobook, oh boy.
I think there's a few different ones.
Yeah,
I
there's
think that
like
would ruin it for me.
10 different ones. No, that's probably the only thing that kept me going.
No,
Was a
I
lovely
think that would
lady
ruin it.
narrating the
I don't
book.
want someone else gooning while I'm listening to a book. You know.
I couldn't. This book I couldn't goon. This is anti-gooning
Are you kidding
material
me?
right
This
here.
has so much goon material. What are you
Also, if
talking
you
about?
No,
do
it
goon,
had a
if you're
paragraph of
the
gooning.
first half, if you're gooning the first half, you're a pedo. She's a child. She's a
That's a
teenager.
good point.
child for
That's
the
not the
first
first
half.
whole half.
She
though.
is. She's like
19.
16.
She's 19.
like-
Did they say that?
She is.
She was
19.
like a kid in the first part.
Yeah, in the very
and
first
then-
part, it was like one chapter.
Yeah, for like one scene.
Oh,
she was
well,
a
if you're
kid.
gooning, you're gooning immediately. Then you're
No.
pedo.
Well, it was immediately.
You're gooning
No
page
one
one.
gooned immediately.
At what page
I
can we
don't
start
know.
gooning?
Yeah, what page can we start?
Page one,
appropriately
where
gooning?
it's the prologue, where the
Chapter 1 is
doctor's
the
like,
prologue
"Hey,
in the flashback.
I'm relating a story of this dead lady from multiple years ago."
Yeah, also, you're a necrophiliac if you're gooning as well.
Okay.
Well, that might be fair because
All right.
vampire.
Potentially, yeah.
Would
We'll get to that.
But if you're gooning on page one, pedo.
Well, no, that's to the doctor. That's not to a child.
If you're gooning at any point, the girl's talking,
Chapter 1.
and she's a kid, pedo.
That's chapter 1.
Okay, there you go. And
Yeah.
Sterling's like, right out the gate, fellas.
didn't say that.
It seemed like that was the attitude from you.
Never said that.
You said this was a gooning book.
No, I didn't.
What'd you just say? What'd you say about
I didn't
gooning?
want the reader to be gooning while I'm listening to the book.
I
That's what I
said there
said.
was-
But
like-
so you want to goon. You want to goon.
I said there was goon material in the book.
Okay, Arjun's a pedo. Sorry.
Oh my material,
Wait,
the whole
he
thing.
didn't say where. It could have been at the
I'm
very
glad
end.
we got that cleared up.
I felt like she was 14 the whole book.
She was.
Did they say that she was 19 in the book? I
I'm
don't
pretty
know.
sure.
That's why I gave it a 2. I fell
They
asleep.
went
most
through
of
like
the
a
time.
whole. There was too many time skips.
I was zoning out.
There was
There's
one
like
time
2.
skip.
There's
Two-
one, yeah.
2 time skips.
It was fine.
Maybe 2, I guess, but like
didn't
Because
like it,
the
but it was-
prologue is in the future, and then they go back to when she was a kid, and then they go forward to when she's 19.
oh,
yeah.
okay, fair enough.
And then she's 19 the whole rest of the time.
It's just like a couple months or something. the
Okay,
whole
well.
story.
Correct.
There you go. That was mine. A 2 from me, but a high 2, and definitely better than Journey, and way better than a Book of Five Rings.
So we got like
I looked-
3.54. We got 4.
Looked it up.
we got
She is
2.
19.
I'd give it a 2.5. If we're doing decimals, 2.5, but not supposed to do decimals. They're not decimals on the fucking board.
Is there not?
No.
No, it's not.
Oh, okay,
You can
fine.
do it however you
I'll
want.
give it a 4.
Yeah, I think
You
it's
do whatever
fine
you
to
want,
put
but-
it out there, just to more represent, I guess, the way you're leaning. But
All right, well, 2.5 then.
I also give it a 4.
Oh, yeah.
I really liked
nice,
it.
Nice. Okay.
I really liked it.
That's some high scores.
Good read. I actively enjoyed the book, and I wish it was longer. Honestly, it was really
Yep.
good.
Yeah.
That's how I felt too.
I think I
just
would have
wanted
liked
more.
it if it was longer. I think I might have came up a bit. It was just
You
too short
slept
to read.
through half of it.
Yeah, because it was fucking boring.
Why would you want it to be longer if you?
I don't know. Maybe if there was some actual, I don't know, stuff going on. I guess.
If
I
it was
don't
longer, it could have explored more
is
like
stuff.
things and
The more
maybe
gooning?
perspectives.
know. More gooning, appropriately aged gooning. I would have liked it.
Ah,
Harry, how about you?
I'd give it a 3.5 again, you know?
3.5.
I think it was good. Yeah, I think it was a good book. You got to understand, we're kind of looking at this from a modern perspective. I think it was kind of interesting. I don't know about other books that was written at this time, but to touch on homosexuality in a time like this was bold, I think. So it was interesting. It was a good book. I liked it.
I think Journey was also written at the same time, wasn't it? Good.
I don't remember off the top of my head. I could check real quick then.
I think
Give or
both are
take
late
a couple
1800s.
centuries.
they were pretty
Totally
I-
different
yeah.
genres, but yeah.
Journey was 1864. Yeah, so like 7 years before. So
Okay.
fairly
Well, close
contemporary book right there. Yeah, I'm sitting at a 4.
enough.
I
4.
like the book
Okay.
quite a bit. Yep. I think this is the best one that we've done so far. I'm pretty happy with the pick. So
Yeah, I'm very happy with this pick.
All right. Do we cover everyone's ratings?
We did.
All right, tune in next week.
All right. See
So
you later.
far,
All right,
the
see you later.
outlier for this rating is, I think, was it Sterling who
Harley.
had the 2?
Harley.
It was Harley
I
that
had
had
a
2. Oh,
2.
sorry. Harley, what did you feel was missing from this novel here?
Nothing happened in the book again.
Nothing happened. What do you mean nothing happened?
No.
Or if it did, it was so fucking quick, it was over. The ending was over in like a flash, and
Okay.
then they kept repeating the same thing over again.
So can I say what I think?
That was boring.
What Harley has expressed about not liking before is like when there's like essentially like a recap at the end of a book, right?
Uh-huh.
And as soon as I got to
Was
that
there
part,
one?
I was like, yeah, because I mean,
Oh, I
it
didn't even
wasn't actually a
realize.
recap.
I didn't even realize there was a recap.
Yeah, so like the Baron is
Did not
talking
notice.
about,
No, the general talks about like
or sorry, yeah, the general.
the
Yeah, he's
past
talking
or
about his
something.
like adoptive.
I like that.
Adoptive daughter. But I mean, it essentially does
But it was-
recap what's happened in the story. But I mean, the whole point is,
Yeah, because it happens again
right
to a
right.
different person.
Yeah. But yeah, when I got to that section, that was like several chapters of him recap. And I was like, I don't know if Harley's gonna like that. So I thought that
I hated the ending because it was over. It's like no cool stuff happened, and then
What do you mean no cool stuff happened?
It was kind of like an off-screen.
It
death
was.
for
it was like
Carmilla.
an off-screen
Yeah.
Well,
death.
they talk about how they take like the top off the coffin. and
Yeah,
then
but I'm
she's
like,
yeah, they don't have to do that.
They just
you blue
say, like,
balled
"Yeah, it
me. It's
happened."
like, oh yeah, now she's in her little coffin and dead.
Well,
I'm like,
okay.
what?
They fucking chopped her head off. What do you mean?
Well, yeah, but they didn't
But it's too
describe it. They're
abrupt.
like, and
Yeah,
head
no, they
shot.
did.
They
They
stabbed her
No.
through the heart, then cut off her head.
Yeah,
And
but
she
then,
like
like,
screamed.
Yeah, she's like, yeah, put a little fanfare. in
I
They
will.
did that.
I will say I see where Harley's coming from with this point because the ending specifically was a lot less detailed than the rest of the book because it's like this is the ending based on a report. It wasn't
No,
telling
Yeah.
the story like the rest of the story was.
I think it was just less interesting because, like, Carmilla couldn't do anything. She just sat
Yeah,
there
she was
and
just like
fucking
in the
died.
coffin with the blood.
I mean, yeah, that's cool, but you know,
I kinda
Yeah,
wish-
and then it was like, and we're going to Italy, and then done. And
I'm
like,
saying that's not cool
No.
because there was no like fight. There like no conflict
yeah,
there.
the
It's
fight
just
was
like,
off screen because
we killed
the hero
It
guy
wasn't even
fought
a
her.
fight, really. It was more like a murder.
It wasn't a
Yeah.
fight.
I know it was more like and I don't even remember how did she end up in like. Didn't they like kill like the human version or something like that? And then she
What?
ended up in
No, she
in-
has to
in
go into the
coffin?
coffin. That's like
Oh,
it's like the vampire thing. They got to go back to their coffin.
oh.
But yeah, I mean, they say like they open it up. She's like floating there in a pool of blood in the coffin. And then they
7
they-
inches. I remember that.
Yeah, it was like
and
all
then-
this build up, and it's like, and there you go.
And then
Like,
they drive the stake through her, and it says that she like shrieks, and they're like, now, but yeah, I mean, it is written that way because Laura wasn't there when they did it.
I
right?
wish Laura was there. I think that would have been more
Yeah,
dramatic.
Yeah, that would have
I
been cool.
agree. It would have been more dramatic if it was like told like the rest of the story. It was
Yeah.
told as if someone was reading a report at the end because that's
Yeah.
what it
Did-
was.
It is. Yeah.
Did at the very end? Did she like still have feelings for like Carmilla or something?
She still had
I thought it ended
trauma,
with,
didn't
like-
she? I thought she still was fucked
Right.
up.
I heard trauma, and it like the whole thing was like she was like had a like weird. Oh, I'm disgusted by her, but I'm drawn to
Yeah.
her type thing.
I
But I thought like the
honestly-
last sentence of the book was kind of like, oh, but I think back fondly, or something like that.
I think
Yeah,
it's
I thought-
entirely possible that like it isn't even genuine like love or like longing. It's just like maybe like
think
a
it was
mind
lust.
spell.
Yeah.
I don't even think it was lust. I think it's
Yeah.
possible that like they could. She was just like falling under the spell or the influence of the vampire.
Yeah.
Kind of like how how like Carmilla had like her
Oh,
own little
yeah.
entourage. There was someone who was like her mother, but not really her mother.
Not really.
And there was like these sickly people
Potentially.
that followed as well. It's like
Yep.
Yeah.
the more time you spend around this like angelically beautiful figure, the more it kind of like
Yeah.
the more evil that they do, it kind of is like normalized, and like you don't suspicion like you're not suspective of like what's kind of like
Yeah.
I don't know how to describe it, but like yeah,
Yeah,
So
I
it's
get
like a
that. I
beautiful
just want to know
poison,
if she
basically.
was. Like, I'm totally fine with that, but I didn't. I was confused by the end, like if she was or not. Like if she was over it or if she was still like.
I think it's like
Oh,
the
but it would've been
influence is like
nice.
lingering maybe.
I like that. I like that a lot.
So I have a question that I wrote down here.
Mm.
Do you guys think that Carmilla truly loved Laura?
No,
No,
Analytically, no.
no,
No.
I don't think so.
No, no, no.
I
Maybe.
think it's
Why
possible.
not?
Also, her
Yeah.
dad is absolutely a fucking. He's a pedo, and he
Wait,
loves
what?
touching.
What?
He loves
What?
touching his daughter very
What?
much.
What?
What are you
What?
talking about?
The amount of times that he kisses her is very, very distracting.
What?
What's wrong
Have
with
you-
that?
No, it was a lot, and he
I
also.
remember like one
I
time.
didn't even notice.
And I felt like he had.
genuinely-
I felt I didn't like the father. I felt he was a cuck,
Well,
What?
not a
What?
cuck. He was a fuck, and I felt like, Laura was just abused by everyone in this entire book. Was used and abused by everyone in this book, including her father and
What?
Carmilla.
Why?
Absolutely.
Did you
Her
read the
father
same
did
book?
did jack
I
shit
don't-
until the very end, where he's like, "Oh, I better do something
but
about my
how-
daughter."
I didn't get that.
There's so
I didn't
many
like.
stretches.
I didn't like the father. I hated him. I hated the father. I thought he was a creep. I thought he was an ass.
I don't
He's a
think
single dad, first of all.
That, I don't
So
think that kissing your children
Yeah.
makes you a creep.
Taking in small children from their mothers is weird.
That is
What?
a little strange, but
Thank
like,
you.
it's not like
That-
a pedophile thing.
You don't
It's
know.
not like
you don't know
it's
the
not like,
intent-
yeah, it's
the
not like single
circumstance.
dad taking him in though. He's got like maids and stuff who take
He's-
care
and he's
of
got
like,
a
his
He's
daughter
own
still
at the
taking
kids.
same
him in.
age,
He's still taking him
so-
in. He's still taking.
Yeah,
But
so
he's got a
coming in
And he
daughter.
here-
specifically
Same
said, yeah, he has a daughter. He literally said, "Oh, it
Yeah,
might be
a daughter
nice
that
because
he
my
has
sister
bad
or my
intentions for."
daughter just had she was
What?
heartbroken or whatever.
I did not
So
like.
it might be
the father.
nice to have a friend."
Dude, there
I
is
like-
nothing
Yeah,
pedo
no.
going on with the dad at all.
I felt like he had some bad
Keep in mind,
intentions.
They're also French. They do a lot of kissing.
They're
Yeah, a
English.
lot of
That's-
inappropriate kissing.
I meant European, but you get my point.
They were
It's
Austrian,
kind of
Well, they're English.
Austria, but they're
in
English.
Austria.
Speaking of
Mm.
Austrian, the lady who did the narration, while had a good voice, tried to do a like Transylvania Romanian voice for Carmilla, and she couldn't really do one, and that also didn't help.
Nice.
And she did like an English one for like a British one for the rest of the cast. So I was like, huh. No, I didn't like
think
that.
back to Cody's question. I think Carmilla did love Laura because, like, if she didn't, why didn't she just kill her sooner?
It's like
That-
edging, basically, is what it is. So like they
Gooning.
draw it out.
Right,
They say
gooning.
at the
Gotta
end.
fatten her up.
where
Gotta
it's like-
fatten her up.
But eventually
Sometimes-
they all get to the killing, and I feel like that was a long time to go without the killing.
it's like drawing
Well,
it out. They like
I think
the
she's
emotional
like
dance.
sucking her dry, pretty much. Like
Yeah, she was in her bed like
she's feeding off of that.
At the
Yeah.
same time, though, like she had a very similar relationship with Bertha.
Yeah,
the other
it's
kid,
the same thing.
but she deteriorated a lot faster, right? So it's like I don't know. I could see it either way. I could see where it's like
Yeah,
she actually
was Carmilla
liked Laura.
behind the other killings too?
I think so. It's been going on for like
then
150 years,
yeah,
right?
I 100% think that. Well, I meant like during the time that she was with Laura.
I think so. I would assume so.
Then
unless it
then
was
I
her
think
mother.
that based on that, I feel like she felt at least stronger towards Laura than any of those other people that she just ended up being like, all right, I'm gonna kill him.
So there's the one quote where she says, "I have been in love with no one and never shall." And
Yeah.
unless it
Well,
should be with
unless it's-
you.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
that
that was
Yeah,
pretty
but-
hard.
was pretty good. But I think it's just like a part of the beauty
But
of
I
like
do have a note here on that quote because, so I mean that could be true, or it could also just be her,
I think
Yeah.
it's just a spell.
continuing the
manipulative.
spell.
It's
on,
her
on
continuing
the
Laura.
spell,
Yeah,
it's just like-
manipulating.
I mean, isn't that what all the
She got me.
fuckboys say to the woman? Like, come on, they always say that. I've been in with a lot of people, but it's you that I want to be with.
Yeah, you.
I mean, yeah,
Special.
I'm gonna use that now. That's
And then
my
the
new
next
line.
thing you say is, how many times have you said
Suck
this
'em
to other
dry,
people?
Yeah,
It's like
basically.
put them under a lie detector. You know?
So, yeah,
Go ahead. Sorry.
yeah. And in my note here, I have listed out, that Bertha, similar experience. She
Hmm.
clearly found her attractive and was, a similar relationship. So it's like, did she love Bertha? And then also before she died, there was a nobleman that loved her. I don't know if it was an unrequited love situation, right? But that's possibly another person, right? That she could have loved before,
Oh.
right?
Also,
So,
for Bertha, she died as like the dad tried to save her, I believe, correct?
yeah.
So he's in the closet seeing this thing go like creeping towards her daughter. Then he breaks out. And then
Yeah.
like after he attacks her and like the thing runs away. On that night is when she dies. So I'm thinking like if he didn't do that, I think Carmilla would have
I think
like
Carmilla missed
draw.
it.
She would have like kept on like drawing
Doing it.
out the harvesting of the blood.
Yeah.
But because she was exposed, I guess she was done with the like done
It's like
with
slurping the end of
Bertha.
like a cup. Like
Yeah, it's like you can't save her anymore. You gotta like shotgun it and like get out of there. I think that's like Laura would
Yeah.
have probably met the same fate then. Because
yeah.
what
I could
what really makes Laura special compared to like any of the other girls that Carmilla is like gone with?
So one thing that makes her special is they had dreams of each other.
I think
Well,
okay. I
Laura
have a
was a
theory.
child.
I have a theory that that was like implanted in her brain or something.
I mean, that was
Afterwards.
still a dozen years beforehand.
I know, but if so, you know how like what was it? The general at the ball, like you know how the one mother was saying like, oh, we share like a history or something, like way back when.
I
And
don't
like
think they actually did share a history though.
I know, I think it's like implanted in his brain or something like that. Like the influence is like putting something in his head to think, okay, maybe it's possible, maybe it's not. I
See,
think it's like a more extreme version of that is what Laura had.
but Laura did have that dream. It's not like she didn't get the idea that she had the dream. She had the dream and told other people about the dream when she was little. Other people know about the dream.
The dream like that happened, didn't it, or did it not? Was it just a dream?
Uh,
I'm fairly
Probably a
certain that
dream?
happened.
Yeah,
It
that's
could
what
have
I thought.
happened.
I think
What about the
Carmilla.
first one?
I think Carmilla bit her when she was a child, and then the way that
Hmm.
she reacted made Carmilla think, "Yeah, I'm coming back here."
Hmm.
You know.
Okay. Yeah, I guess it might not have been a dream, but
Yeah, and obviously, I think that she lied about, like Carmilla lied about, like, oh, I had the same dream, because like she
yeah,
said,
yeah.
Laura bit her or whatever. But
Mhm.
vampires have a good memory, apparently.
Who's a vampire?
Uh, I've got some questions.
Okay.
All right, so here's one of them. Who were the people working with Carmilla?
Okay. Actually, I'll let someone else talk before I start fucking gooning my ideas.
Okay.
Oh no, come
Well,
on, man. You
No,
sound
I'm
very
gonna hold it.
excited.
I'm gonna hold it.
All right.
Because if I don't, then I won't shut the fuck up.
Hold up, look, we have an extra member joining our
Special
book
guest.
club.
Welcome
Oh,
to book
wow.
club, Sahi.
Okay.
Oh man, he's excited.
So the people that were with her, the mother, I think that it's implied that that's like the lady that like turned Carmilla.
I
Is
don't
it implied?
think
I
I
think
don't.
so.
Where?
Where? I don't know.
is.
Like, where is that implied? I don't
remember. I didn't write it down.
I don't remember that being implied at all.
I think that the mother and all the people like in Carmilla's entourage were all just like ghouls or like basically just like
I thought they were just,
subservient
like,
to the vampire.
Hypnotized people.
Yeah, they're basically just hypnotized
Well-
people, in my opinion.
And then there's like one lady that's described, and I think I read somewhere that's like a stereotypical like description of like a voodoo lady or whatever at the time. So it kind of makes sense that she'd be hanging out with vampires.
Because like in the whole scenario, the whole like kind of con they have going on, like Carmilla's the only one who's getting blood. The mother isn't in this case, and neither are like
We
the,
know that?
Unless she's in the town, the one like sucking them dry, or if Carmilla's also doing that.
That's what I was wondering, is if it was like a whole entourage of vampires who were just going around
I don't
and
think so.
I think it's only like two.
I think it's
Okay.
just Carmilla,
I think it's
and
just
like
Carmilla.
those people just work for
But
her.
what about the daughter or whatever whose name was like, Carmilla but mixed up?
Sorry,
that was
what?
Carmilla?
No.
That it's the same
uh,
person. They just use a different name.
Okay.
All right. The Google
That
AI
confused me.
said that Carmilla's mother is a vampire who resurrects Carmilla after she's murdered at age 18.
I don't.
Say it again. What
Okay,
was that?
wait, say
They might
that?
have said that.
I thought that they did say that it was.
I don't
What?
think
Could
so.
you say that?
So the motherly figure that was the vampire that resurrected and turned Carmilla. That's what.
Oh,
That's what
Yeah,
it said on Google
yeah.
AI. It might have said it in the book. I don't
They did,
remember where
yeah.
it came
So
from. but-
Carmilla's a
I don't
little
think
little
they did.
vampire bitch, and her mom's part of the vampire.
Well, not
council.
literal
I think I
mom,
remember
but
that
like
now.
vampire mom.
Okay, her pretend mother is part of the vampire council,
Well, I don't know if there's a council, but
but you don't know if there isn't.
okay.
So like
Well,
you're saying
that's-
that the mother in the con is the one who's like.
Oh, I'm
the one
not
that
allowed to
turned
pretend there's a
Laura.
vampire council, but oh, God forbid this be her mother, Chat GPT. Yeah, no, that's fair.
Because like
Well, it's not.
if
Go
that
ahead.
was the case though, then the mother would still need like a place to harvest blood as well. I'm pretty sure Carmilla's only drinking from Laura.
I mean,
She like Carmilla will like find one girl and like slow drink them dry basically.
I don't think so because it's like.
That's why.
Did you say 7 inches of blood, Sterling?
Yeah.
That's a
In
lot of
there.
blood,
A lot of blood.
and it wasn't there, like the day before. So I can't imagine
know
that
what
was
you're
all
s-
from Laura.
I think that's another thing about the book where it's like it gives hints to give you ideas, but I don't think it never really like fully outright.
Well, and they see her walking down the path towards the town, right?
True.
Like late at night and stuff.
It is possible that maybe.
My big question is why didn't she turn Laura? Or why didn't Carmilla try to turn Laura?
Yeah, that is one of my notes on whether or not she loved her. It's like, she acted like she wants to,
Maybe that's
her
what
to
the
join her in the
was.
afterlife.
She didn't want to kill her, so she wanted to turn her when she died at some point, or something like that. Or could she just like,
Well,
if she sucked her dry and then tried to turn her, can you do that, or just do they have to die normally?
I don't know what the rules were exactly, but I do
Vampire
know that
rules are
at
weird.
one.
can a vampire drink another vampire's blood? Like, is that a thing?
I don't
No,
think
I
so.
thought that. I
don't think
so.
so, right? That's
I don't
probably
think
why
so
she
either.
didn't turn her, because I don't know, maybe her blood tasted good.
Well,
or
if she
something.
truly loved her, you think they would have,
Also,
wouldn't have done that?
On
Maybe
what
she
Cody said
loved her
earlier
as a
about the
person,
lady
not a
being her
vampire.
mom, I think that was
Eh.
in a different Carmilla web series, but not in the actual book that we read. I don't think it says
maybe,
anywhere that she is actually her mom or
I
the
don't
one
think
who
it's her mom.
turned
'Cause
her into
a part of the
vampire.
ruse is that like they'll be
I don't
back
know.
in 3 months to collect her. And I think part of that is like she's alone there, so she's the one getting all the blood resources, either from like
Yeah.
Laura or like the other villagers.
I think she, like Carmilla, is the leader of that group.
Yeah.
And those people are all disciples of her or whatever.
Or like under her spell or like whatever have you.
Yeah, I don't know what exactly, but I don't think any of them are vampires. I think she runs the show.
Yeah, that's what I'd say as well.
Right. I wonder if this novel inspired other historical
It did.
novels.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I
This
mean,
is, like,
Oh yeah.
It's one of the inspirations for Dracula. I mean, they're both
Yep.
Irish authors, and
That's been my favorite part of reading this book. Is almost immediately after reading it, I've seen like a million more references. It's probably because it's spooky month, but I've seen so many references that it's crazy.
Yeah, this book was like the first to do a lot of stuff as far as vampires go.
yeah.
I think it was the first one to do like the anagram name thing, where like she always
Her
uses a
name's
name that's an
spelled different.
anagram of her name.
Yeah.
Malarkey? I would have chosen that one.
Because I think that shows up in a few other vampire lores. Another question. She was like weak a lot. I didn't think about this till after I was done reading, so I can't remember. Was she only ever like weak in the daylight?
I don't think she
Ooh.
was
Carmilla?
drinking at that time.
Yeah, Carmilla.
yeah,
I think it was
Yeah,
also daytime
what?
related.
It
I
was
think
daytime.
it was daytime.
I think
yeah.
that's part of
Daytime.
it.
Okay.
And I also think like right when she because like the carriage tipped over and whatever, like she wasn't drinking around that time. So like as she was like moving
Well, you don't
into
think she was not just faking that?
Oh, yeah, I think she's
it's
just
true,
faking
it's
it at the
possible. It's
beginning.
possible. She could have also been feeding on her like entourage as well, actually.
Don't sing hymns around her.
Don't say
Yeah. I wish I would have thought about that while I was reading to see if all the moments where it's pointed out that she's weak, if it was in daylight, because that would have made a lot of sense.
I think that actually is probably the case.
I like
think
that they
so.
don't spell that out for you either.
Yeah.
Like that's just something I thought of after the fact, and I'm not even sure.
I think the times that she was irritable, it's the same thing where it was like day, like that funeral thing. Like I think that was during the day. And then once it got towards night, she was more seductive.
Classic woman.
Whoa!
I've got a quote here that I wrote down from the book.
Okay.
I'd like to share it. I liked it, and I have a point, kind of. So Carmilla says, "You are afraid to die?" And Laura says, "Yes, everyone is." And then she says, "But to die as lovers, but to die as lovers may, to die together so that they may live together. Girls are caterpillars while they live in the world, to be finally butterflies when the summer comes." So that was a nice little quote. And I thought it was interesting that, obviously summer is death to Carmilla, right? And I think that's interesting because usually, when you're comparing seasons to death, winter is the one that comes to mind, or even fall, right? But for Carmilla, it's summer. So.
Okay, I see that. Yeah.
I have a note here. This kind of goes back to what Harry was saying at the beginning, where it's, it probably was fairly progressive for the time, having a, romantic relationship between two women. Now, at the same time, you could also say it's not very progressive because the whole relationship is
Toxic.
essentially a
One-sided.
negative. Well, it's a negative, it's draining the one lady. But, just the fact that it was written about, I think is fairly progressive. So. There were a couple times where I was like, "Oh yeah, I think Laura's father knows what's going on, right?"
That's what I'm saying, man.
But he didn't. But looking back, I can kind of get why, right? Because it's like the story was written from Laura's point of view in the future, right? So it's like obviously she's gonna bring up the things that like were probably a bigger deal, like the painting looking like Carmilla, and there was a doctor that they talked to in like chapter 4, and I think that a doctor implied it then because he kind of gets like laughed out of the house for that.
Yeah.
And I mean, Laura told the ladies working at the house like what was happening at night, like after Carmilla was there, and one was worried, but then the other one just like laughed it off. So you'd have to think that the father would hear from that, but and then also Carmilla disappearing with their door locked, stuff like that. But yeah, I think that's just like hindsight, I guess, right? So like maybe it wasn't as obvious as it was painted up. So.
Yeah, maybe not the sharpest tool in the shed.
Yeah.
That guy. But
Now that being said, I do get why Laura doesn't know what's going on, because there's kind of like that whole like vampire spell kind of thing, where it's like you don't really know what's real and that kind of stuff, right? So.
And she's probably also losing like half a gallon of blood every night.
That too. Yeah. So I can understand why she doesn't really know what's going on. So.
I think it would have been cool if, like, instead of the general like turning her away, like if the spell in her mind like compelled her to like chase after them like quietly, so she could have been there for the final encounter. I think that would have been interesting.
Oh, also, someone was saying that he didn't know the rules for the vampire thing. I don't know
It has to
them
do
all,
with suicide,
but I think one of them, was you have to like commit suicide to like turn.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't think Carmilla actually commits suicide. So there's obviously other things.
Do they say?
Go on. So I thought they said she got murdered.
I think they did say for Carmilla. I just don't remember what it was.
Doesn't help that
it's the noble that says, like, was it where when someone wicked kills himself?
Oh, did she kill herself
like,
then?
Brought back. But I don't know. That's just also his take as well. Maybe he's wrong. I don't know.
I got another stupid comment here.
Oh Jesus!
The pool of blood in the coffin, right? Was that essentially vampire drool? She's drooling in her sleep. Okay.
Thank you.
Well, I mean, think about
credibility. You think she's just leaking it? You think she's just like a lost?
Whoa!
I think it's a fair assessment.
You can't say she's leaking it.
She got drool.
I have a question kind of related to that. So,
Uh-huh.
was her body in the tomb the whole time, or did she like
No.
leave the tomb anytime we saw her outside of the tomb?
I think she
and then
leaves.
She
Yeah,
leaves.
I'm pretty sure
Okay.
they opened
I
it up
thought-
and she wasn't in there the first time.
I thought her essence was in the coffin, and then she
No.
like her human form was not like part of the. I don't know. I guess her
they
human wasn't in the coffin, or she was human form while she was in the coffin.
They didn't
That's what I
open it until the very end when she was in there, didn't they?
That's what I
I
thought.
thought they opened it twice.
I
I
don't
thought
think
there was
so.
something weird about that though, and I think Harley's like onto something with that.
I think
I
they
thought
did
there was
open
something weird.
a coffin. I don't know if it's the same coffin though.
I thought like her essence was in the coffin, and then like her human form was like just a version of her that was from the coffin. I don't know. That's what I thought it was. There you go.
All right.
Also, was Laura related to the general and his
No,
niece Ward?
I don't think so.
Were they related at all?
Not like blood relation. I don't think. It was the dad and the general who had like the connection. I think it was because of like military reasons. But I don't think they like
Okay.
share blood relations.
Okay. And do you think Carmilla kind of targeted Laura specifically because they're related? Like, was she trying to
Who?
kill off her
Like
relatives?
Bertha? Oh, you think Carmilla's related to Laura?
Carmilla and Laura are related.
Mm-hmm. What?
Isn't Laura a descendant? Wasn't
I
her
don't
mom?
think.
I don't remember.
Her mom. What was her mom again? Was
I
her
thought
mom
her mom
Bulgarian?
was descendant.
So like Carmilla's a part of the Karstein family line, but I don't know if Laura's mom is related through that bloodline. Am I wrong?
Wow.
Wait, say that again, Arjun?
Like Carmilla is a part of the Karstein family, and that family is the one with like the vampire connection.
Yeah, but I
don't-
thought her mom was like Laura's mom was a descendant of that family.
Laura's mom is I don't think so. Cody, do you know?
I don't know. I'm trying to look it up, but I don't know.
Hey, what the hell,
Her-
man?
Just saying.
Her
I don't know why.
mother
I thought she was like Bulgarian
of
or something.
Hungarian descent who is
Hungarian.
related to the once powerful but now extinct Karnstein family.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, isn't that why they got the like portrait? Why'd they get the portrait with?
Yeah,
like,
they have the
Yeah.
portrait of her because she's a descendant
descendant
of
of
Carmilla.
yeah. Well, I
I
thought.
see.
So that's like, do you think Carmilla or Laura was targeted by Carmilla because she is a descendant?
So it's an
Because
Like the
incest
initial-
story as well.
Oh,
Like the initial biting or like
Both,
coming back?
I guess.
I don't know. I mean, the first one, yeah, maybe because descendant or whatever. But I mean, it could just be a coincidence because they're in the same area, right? But I don't know. I mean, it seems like she came back because of like her reaction. Like she was like surprised based off of Laura's initial reaction to getting bit, right? So I don't know. I don't know if that's what interested her or if it is, the relation or what it was exactly.
Yeah, I don't know, cause I wonder if the same thing happened to Laura's mom. We didn't really get much info other than she died young.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah.
That makes sense actually.
Yeah,
'Cause
so
she
that
does
makes
die
me
young.
think that, yeah, so she dies young. I wonder if the same thing happened to her. And Carmilla's targeting her, relatives or something. I don't know.
So
I like
it's
that.
incest too. It's incest. It's incest.
I mean,
On
they
top of
don't
lesbian.
do anything.
Oh, now there was a quote.
Yeah.
You remember when she was dreaming, and it's like your mother warns you to beware of the assassin.
Yeah, I remember that.
Maybe
Yeah.
that does insinuate.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, that kind of makes me.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Her mother probably died from Carmilla as well. Interesting.
Anything else that anyone has to say directly? I have something tangentially, but not directly in the book.
I have like a prompt we could all do where it's like, what is a favorite scene or moment of yours that stuck out for you?
Mine's a quote that
There's some pretty good
I
quotes.
read.
Shoot.
There were a lot of some of them were a little over the top, but I like the caterpillars to butterflies.
Okay. How about you, Noah?
I don't know if I have one particular scene that really stands out to me. I did like the whole thing though.
Harley, Sterling, Harry?
I liked it.
Like a particular scene?
Thank you.
Oh, sorry. No, I was referring to the.
I think my personal favorite scene, or not because it was like, I think it just made me laugh. Probably the one moment in time where I laughed in the fucking book was, you know, like the person who was like talking about like Carmilla's like teeth and saying, "Oh, you look so
yeah.
beautiful, but you have like the
what
tooth of a
teeth you
fish."
got?
What was your
Yeah,
favorite
right.
scene, Harry? You didn't say.
When I was listening to the audiobook, I think
Mhm.
Laura was getting a little excited, and the narrator really got me going. You know, I was listening to it, I was eating my food, and I'm like, damn.
Yeah, what specific scene
Like, I wish this
really
was
captured
blood.
you?
Huh?
What scene really
Well, that was the
made it
scene.
memorable?
That was the scene where
Scene
she
was
was
that?
like, "Well, I gotta
What
pull
happened?
up the audiobook." It was in the chapter 2 of the audiobook.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Sterling, what was your favorite scene?
I don't know.
All right.
I
Well,
don't know if I have like a
Would-
favorite. It was just.
would you
it was
guys-
good?
Would you guys like my tangentially real? Wait, no.
oh,
did you go?
sorry.
I'm sorry.
I won't give my favorite scene.
Oh yeah, I forgot about you. Go ahead.
That's okay. Go ahead. No, that's all
Like-
right.
What's your
Sorry,
favorite
Chief.
scene, Harley?
I didn't have one because I thought the whole story was boring.
Oh, okay. What was your most hated scene then?
The end. I hated the
Oh
end.
my.
Which part at the end?
Just
Specifically?
it's so fast and so boring.
Assume the part where they kill Carmilla.
The part where they kill Carmilla, and then he's talking. The general's talking about like his past experience with her and his niece. I'm like, all right,
That wasn't
that was-
fast.
it was fast.
That was like
Fucking
4
fast.
chapters.
That was
like 4
literally
chapters.
multiple chapters. Of him
It's funny
explaining.
because I felt this book was way too fast and it dragged on way too long
I think-
at the same time.
I think the fact that like, so like the first half of the book is like the whole, like between Laura and like Laura's dad and like that household, and the second half, or kind of second half, is like retelling that story, but like from the general's perspective.
I zoned out completely until
So it's
like
kind of like a retread of the same plot, kind of. Maybe that's what
Until
makes it a
the-
bit repetitive.
until the
That's why
general
I
was like,
thought he
I
wasn't
jumped-
gonna like it.
general was like, I jumped on the bed and then I slapped her or something like that. And then
He has a sword, dude. What do you mean slapped her?
Well,
He
when
pulls
you,
out a whole
when you, you
fucking
think it would
sword.
be interesting when you have a sword, but not really.
Well, the sword
even
like
the
flew
s-
across. Like what is it? Like,
Even in her seductive Romanian accent, she couldn't make a sword seem interesting. Unfortunately, the writing, whatever. Yeah, it was just, and then it just ended, and it was like, and we chopped her head off, and she's gone, and we're going to Italy. Laura is, and I was like, what the hell was that, man?
Just to clarify,
Where's the epic
Italy thing
vampire
is-
kill? If you're gonna kill
is
a
a callback to
vampire,
Journey.
if you're gonna kill a vampire, okay, it should be a whole ordeal. You shouldn't be like, and we
That's how
killed
they
it.
die, though.
No, it isn't.
I did.
A
I did want
vampire.
something to happen between.
A
like,
vampire
Carmilla
is a
and
is
Laura.
a is a epic monster that has many
Uh,
powers and whatnot, and you shouldn't
Question?
be able to kill it immediately.
question:
Yes.
Was this an action book?
Who gives a shit? You shouldn't be able to kill a vampire in 2 seconds
oh,
off
That's just not
screen.
what it was written. What do you mean? It's in the
This
coffin.
wasn't action.
I didn't say it was action.
Also, they had a
Oh.
party of like 3 people at least. No, 4. I think.
But
it
at least
was.
3v1.
make it sense, man.
It
Have
was
it make
4
sense.
dudes.
I agree with Harley on
vampire.
this point. It was pretty underwhelming.
It could have been better,
final
maybe.
confrontation scene.
I'm not saying it has to have action. I'm not saying that, but you can't just be like, oh, our powerful vampire who's been sucking girls dry and
Well, that's their whole.
been
that's
doing
their
this for
weakness.
hundreds of years.
That's their
and
weakness.
she's dead.
Though. That's a
What
vampire weakness. They have
What
to go to their
weakness?
coffin and they sleep until night.
Well, they're usually fucking intelligent,
Vampires-
apparently, but I guess this one wasn't.
No, I mean they had a
She just
con.
died.
They ran this con for 150 years. You know, like it was working.
Yeah,
But,
so
like,
you think she would have a contingencies?
she's not a fucking
place?
Batman, dude. What the
What do
fuck?
you mean she's doing this for 150 years
Got a
and she
Dragon
hasn't
Ball
and she hasn't
instant
captured
transmission.
150 years of
To be fair,
intelligence?
A vampire
you gotta
hunter with this
understand.
team.
When they wrote this, I don't think books were really that action packed, and people
I didn't
didn't
say
really.
it had to be action packed. I'm just saying if you're gonna kill,
Yeah, but
the
you're
lady
looking
at
at it
the
from a
end.
modern perspective, right?
yeah, that's why these books suck cock.
Oh my.
they were
because
they
they
were
got
like the
better.
hype of the day when they
Yeah,
came
because
out.
this is all they had. Oh, they also played with rocks. In
Yeah,
the
I'm not
fucking
gonna
river.
I'm not gonna give these books like a pass because they were like good for the time. Like that's not.
Yeah,
a
you
thing.
should
could've
never
been
rate anything based off that.
more-
You should base it off if it could still hold up today.
They could have gone
it's
through
so
more
good.
detail, maybe, or like make it more like in the present. I guess instead of being more like a recap. I guess.
That's why,
Well,
books,
and
that's why.
I
That's
feel like
why.
there was
It's
like
still
almost
fine.
no
It's still, like-
reaction from Laura.
No,
Yeah,
that as well.
Probably because the spell was broken.
I
She
think the
wasn't
focus
in love with her anymore.
more of the focus was on like I guess like the terrorizing of the families than just like resolving the fight.
Yeah, I don't think that there needed to be a fight at the end.
I'm not saying it needed to be a fight. Just make it reasonable how you kill the vampire, not
I
just
think it's
I
reasonable.
found her slumbering dead.
Yeah, I think it would have been cool if the confrontation happened kind of like
With
the
Laura
rest
as
of
well.
The story was being told with Laura there rather than her just reciting a report of the incident, you know.
Yeah, that doesn't even be action paced. She could have at least felt some fucking emotion having this woman who's been sucking her die in
I mean,
front of
she's
her,
still
even though
thinking
she's
about it.
whatever.
Like,
Yeah,
3
I
years
understand.
later
Yeah,
or
sure,
whatever.
fine. She reads a report. Oh, I feel it. But it would have been a lot more emotional, I guess, if she was there or the act of it, seeing the act of it. I don't know.
That's what I
was
said
just lame.
earlier.
It
But
was lame.
like,
And was lame. These
Yeah,
1800
I wanted
books
like
suck.
I wanted like Laura
They're
to
fine.
be there when she was being killed, when Carmilla was being killed.
Yeah.
And I wanted her to go through like some other torment of like, oh no, I don't want her to die, but I'm still
Yeah,
like,
like, oh, that
disgusted
would've
by
been
her,
sick.
something like that. Yeah, that would have been cool. But then
Like she's
it
like,
was
oh
just like,
no,
eh.
don't fucking kill her. And then the guy's like, oh, I gotta fucking do it. And then she's like, oh, that would have been
Yep.
awesome. But no,
That would've
read
been
this
sick.
report from Cuntbag and go to Italy. Done. From Hero Cuntbag McGee, whatever his name was.
Was a little stupid ending. I liked it because I wasn't like looking for action. I liked the like
I'm not looking for
I felt like
action.
I felt like it was a mystery
reasonable.
book. I feel like I was trying to figure out like, all right, who's actually doing the killings? You know, how is Carmilla related to all these like other her parties, stuff like that. So I was
I'm
having
not-
a good time.
I'm not saying you got to have some fucking badass action scene at the end. I'm just saying, make it emotional or something. Don't put the end of your whole mystery vampire tale.
Funny how
a
it was
report.
very spicy book, but like the end was very not spicy.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I read this newspaper article. It didn't make me wet. Sorry.
Yeah.
That's why I hate it, man. Or I thought it was fine. Excuse me. I shouldn't say hate. It was fine. Would I
think
recommend it
good.
to anybody? Fuck no.
Really, you wouldn't recommend this book? Are you kidding me?
No, I wouldn't.
Oh my fucking god!
There's plenty other better shit if
Name
you
one
want some
better
lesbian
shit. All
vampires.
right. Name one right now.
I don't know. You'd rather
Yeah,
read
that's right.
Dracula than this,
That's what I
probably.
thought. Well, you haven't read Dracula yet. And then
probably
Fever
ready to read that.
Dream.
that's the JRM one, right?
I want to read
That's pretty good.
Thelma and Louise over this.
I
I'll watch
I have a Dracula comment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, written 26 years later, right? So, it definitely took inspiration from it, and it's not really written in the same way, even though it is like the obvious comparison book. But yeah, that's definitely more of an action-y book. So that might be more up Harley's alley. Now
Could
that being
be.
said, I don't really like the action-y books.
I'm not saying I need action, man. I never once said I need action. I just need a fucking ending that isn't a girl who's been developing through this whole story. Read a newspaper article, and that's the end.
It wasn't
that does feel
report,
like a common
excuse me.
theme of these serialized novels. Is
that they don't know how to do a fucking ending?
Yep, they can't figure it out, so they're just like, oh, by the way, the story's done.
Yeah,
I
they
don't
made
have
their
a problem with the
they
whole
made their
Italy
money
thing.
on the they made their money on the first two books, and they're like, oh shit, I forgot, I didn't write an ending for the last section. Let me make that real quick, make a quick penny off that, and a penny being $800 back then.
The ending it's okay, but like I think I can
Not
more so
okay.
agree with the confrontation with Carmilla maybe.
I fucking.
But that's also
while
like
the
a
book
small
is fine,
problem for me.
I hate these fucking endings that are just like, and we're done. It's
I
like,
think
dude,
the book does enough things that
they
are
didn't
better.
even build upon Laura's trauma at the end. They just said, yeah, you know. Like they're like, and we're gonna roam around Italy, and they didn't like confound.
Yeah, I feel like they mentioned, like Laura mentioned it one more time, and that was it.
It didn't even mention how it would fuck up her life later, or any family that she gets. I don't know. Or Carmilla comes back. Obviously, I don't know if she can't because she's dead, but or whatever. You could have like delved into Laura's life more and how it fucked up her.
They could have, but if
But
they
they didn't.
did, that would have just changed the name of the book to like not Carmilla.
What do you
Like the
mean?
book's focus
Change the
should
name
be-
to Laura.
Oh, I'm sorry, you couldn't add 2 more pages to your instruction manual length book here to put a fucking epilogue for Laura.
I mean, like,
The epilogue is she's
the epilogue
writing it.
is she's in Italy.
Epilogue is, and she goes to Italy.
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah, basically.
No
that's it.
emotion whatsoever. Nope. I think you guys are fucking sucking these books dick too hard.
Oh my god.
It's not a fucking 4. It's not.
It
That's
is
crazy. It's
even
not.
with the bad
Absolutely,
ending. It's a 4.
Absolutely
Even
not a
with the
4.
bad
There's
ending,
no
yes.
a 3 fine, but there's no way it's a 4. There's no way.
No, dude, you didn't
It's
even
not a
listen
4.
to the book.
There's way better books than I listened to the whole goddamn thing. It was so fucking boring.
30 times.
Yeah, it was fucking lame.
I'll make a concession on the confrontation and the ending maybe, but there's enough good shit from the start of the book
No, there
like,
isn't.
to
Yes,
the
sir.
climax. There's a lot of good
Whoa,
mystery, there's a lot
what?
of good gothic
What
flavor.
mystery? All of you said that the story beats were so predictable.
Well,
When
that's
did I
because
say
we
it was
know what
predictable?
vampires
And
are.
we also do know what vampires are. but,
Certainly,
like,
did you say that the book was predictable at a certain
Yeah.
point? Okay,
Yeah.
you can't say that there's a mystery if the book's fucking predictable.
Well, I mean, about like how
at a certain
Carmilla
point.
operates and things
No,
like that,
Yeah, I thought there
and
was
seeing
still
like
mystery.
what is she gonna do next? Oh, does
What
she
mystery?
Like Laura,
We
or
already
does she
know what's
not?
gonna happen.
No, but it never explicitly said who was doing all of the killings.
You know who's doing all the killings.
No, because I'm pretty sure that the other lady or the mother figure for Carmilla was also
No,
a
I'm-
vampire, right?
No,
See,
I
that's
don't
the
think
thing, though.
so.
So that's a good example of a mystery. You know, me and Noah think
But yeah, I
no,
guess so.
they're
That's
not,
true.
and you guys think that yeah, she is. So that's a mystery because we aren't coming to a consensus. It isn't obvious
Which
what
they
the answer is.
which they didn't resolve. Did they resolve that mystery?
I mean, a book doesn't have to give you all the answers to everything.
I mean, that's
Yeah,
fair,
and
but
I mean, this isn't like an omniscient narrator. It's Laura. You know?
And it's also a novella.
it's not a 4,
That too.
man. This book is not a 4. There's way better books than this. Think it was
No,
four.
this
Now-
book was good.
No, it wasn't.
I will say I also read Dracula's Guest recently, and I read online. I only read this in one spot, so take it with a grain of salt. But someone tied Dracula's Guest, the short story, to Carmilla. So
Tied
I
like
won't say much more,
lore-wise?
but
Oh
yeah,
no, it's. Sorry, say it
Yeah.
again.
they tied Dracula's Guest, that short story, to Carmilla like directly. So now I don't want to say too much, but you know,
Like-
well, basically, I'll say it. I guess there's a vampire in Dracula's Guest. Surprise, and
Oh!
Is it
it's a
Carmilla?
woman, and someone said that it was the mother of Carmilla. Like,
Oh,
yeah, like here.
Oh.
Now
Not
it
the
was
mother
only
in the
said in one
story.
spot.
wait, is it the real mother or is it like the one who
The
turned?
mother in the story, the one in the story. but-
Oh,
You know, take it with a grain of salt. Who knows if that's actually true or if the posting
Sounds like fan
online was
fiction.
accurate. Yeah, it might have just been
1800
someone
year
was
old.
just connecting dots that don't exist. But
I am now changing my ranking. Now that we talked about the ending again, I'm going down from a 2.5 to a 2. This is the same as Journey. I'm
you
mad
do that with
now.
every book where you take your score and you just shit on it by the end of the podcast episode.
I hate it though. Excuse me. It's fine. It was as fine as Journey. It had the same problems as Journey. Nothing happened in Journey. Nothing happened in this fucking
What are
book.
you?
So many things
Nothing
happen. What are you
It's
talking
Nothing
about?
happens. They're in the fucking
A
mansion
nuclear
or
bomb could
whatever,
go off in
talking
America
about
right now,
it,
and you'd say
and
nothing happens.
happened. And nothing does happen. And then they
What do you
repeat
mean?
the guy's such an asshole writer. He repeats the story 2 times through his serialized book. He just rewrites the story again in the second half of the
No,
book.
it was different. It was another character
No,
experience.
it really wasn't.
And the idea is you draw the parallels and you're like, oh my god, that's the same person.
The idea is I can't write a new story, so I'll sell this other serialized book with the same story, change people in it, and sell it. So it sucked. It was fine. It was fine. It wasn't ass. It was a complete ass. But it ain't good. I hate these 1800-year-old books. They always suck.
I
This
love
one was
this one.
actually good.
No,
Yeah,
it
I didn't like
actually
any of
wasn't.
the other ones, but
It was
this one-
lame.
this one-
Here's my final note. I'm a big gothic novel fan.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
you're-
baby.
you're
Now
a
we're
simp.
talking.
I like the gothic novels.
Hey, if they're
You're-
like this
you're-
one, I might be too.
You're a fucking liar because you could read any goddamn book and it's like, oh, 3.5, here you go, maybe 3, oh, 4, oh,
Who did I
maybe
give a
words.
3.5?
Words,
I
a
didn't give
5
any
for you, baby.
3.5s.
We can go to your Goodreads and look
Go
at
ahead.
all 100 fucking books you've reviewed, and only
Yeah,
2
go
of them
ahead.
have
I
less
feel
than a
pretty
3. Only 2 of them have less than a 3
Yeah.
star.
Yeah.
No, you want to go look right now? My ass.
I just said
most
yeah.
of them are
I
4s
just
and
said
3
yeah.
point.
Yeah, because I'm reading things I want. And 3, I'm
You're over here
disappointed by
giving goddamn great reviews for everything that has words in
because
it.
I'm picking out the good stuff.
You gave this a 4? 3?
Yeah. I give it
4? Fuck off. A 4.
This one's a 4.
What'd you give it,
I-
Sterling? Did you give it a 4?
Yeah, I gave it 4.
Y'all suck. I
I'm giving
hate
it a
these
4 as well, by the
fucking
way.
books. I hate these books.
This one's different than the other ones, Harley. I
Just
don't know
get
what
something
happened.
different,
from the past 30 years. I don't want a book from 1872. If I would have had to read this in 1872, I would have jumped off the fucking cliff with all the
You
lemons.
would turn into a
by now.
vampire.
Yeah, he could have been a vampire. He fits the condition.
Oh, yeah, that would have been great. I could have had a great story and then killed off in the last 2 seconds of my life. With
Well,
no fanfare.
most people are killed off in the last 2 seconds of their life.
Yeah, with no fucking fanfare. This book sucked cock. I hate reading. Every time we do this, I hate books even more.
I want to read a Harley 5. I really want to
know.
read.
I
a
would
Harley
love to
5.
read a Harley 5 as well. I have to pick one.
I want to know what it is. I want
Because
to know.
Did we end the
this-
podcast?
What?
Did we stop the podcast recording?
No,
No,
it's
we're
still
still
going.
going. No, we're still going.
Oh, okay. All right.
Wow, you made it awkward now.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
Keep
now
going.
it's going. What the hell? No, I every time we do one of these, I hate this.
I
hate
cannot
it.
read this guy because every time, like, I don't know. I never know what he's gonna put. I have no idea.
I haven't liked anything. I thought everything was fine so far.
This one, I thought you were gonna be
Except
at least
a
a
book.
3. I
A
thought
book of
for
5
sure you're
rings.
gonna be at least a 3 on this one. I knew
It's-
you were
it's
gonna be a 1.
I'm going down to 2. I'm not saying a 2.5 anymore. I'm going down to 2 just because the ending. We talked about it, but I'll give it higher than.
I knew you were gonna
Journey.
dislike the ending.
I'll give it higher than Journey. Hey, because nothing happened.
Nothing happens. I swear to God, dude.
That's your. I don't know. I disagree.
I'll give you that endings usually don't satisfy me, but in this case, nothing
Something
happens
did
at all.
happen. She dies.
it
Carmilla
doesn't.
is dead. She's gone.
Ooh, whoop-de-doodly doo, and then she's
Yeah,
gone.
Something
One
markedly
sentence,
happened.
One sentence, and head off.
It wasn't
chapter-
one sentence.
I mean,
Well,
I'll
sorry,
give Harley
Brad.
that the ending was pretty bad, but the rest of the book, lots of stuff happened.
I didn't think
No.
that the ending was that bad.
No,
So
it didn't. Let me see, excuse me, one sentence, but broken into 4 sentences with a fucking assload of adjectives for no reason. Hate it.
I hate when there's words in my book. I hate when there's words in my book.
I hate it when they put
I don't
words
want to
that
read them.
have nothing to do with
Give
anything.
me the Cliff's Note version of the book. That's all I need.
They're
Give me the plot. baby.
sentence bloating.
I don't even think that they were particularly bloated. They were just
Yeah, they
they're
are.
normal sentences.
Get to the
I
end.
don't
It felt short
It's
and
big.
long at the same time.
What the fuck are you talking
I was like,
about?
get this over with, and then by the time it was over, I'm like, that's it?
What the fuck?
It's fine. Ugh.
know. I'm glad that you like reading these books.
I hate this. I
I'm
hate
glad-
picking. Every book has been before I was
I'm
born.
so excited to just keep picking.
Just
books
pick
that
a
you're gonna
book
love.
from the past 20 years, man. 30. You can go back. What was our Western book from? 1980? That's fine. I can
It's like
tolerate
40
that.
years.
Yeah, I can handle 40. Just not,
Oh yeah, by the
Fucking
way, we
three
did not read
millennia.
Lonesome Dove this week. We did not read Lonesome Dove this week. If you got this far in,
Yeah, if you're in the
I
lonesome,
just thought I'd let you know.
if you're in the lonesome dove, please put a bookmark in it for a sec. We will
Yeah,
get to that here.
We're punting. We're punting.
This is our secret Halloween special episode.
Part 1 of 2.
Part 1 of 2.
Or 3.
Or 3.
Probably 2.
Probably.
Well, there we
two.
go. Anything else left to say?
Or maybe 3. I wouldn't be. I don't mind too much. I
No, I
kind
don't
of
know
want to
if
read
I-
Dracula now, to be honest. I'm gonna be honest.
What?
After
I
this,
am interested.
yeah.
After that.
So here's something. I told Sterling about this, but there's a thing called a Dracula Daily, and so the whole book, not a spoiler, because you find this out when you open page 1. The whole book's written in like journal entries and like newspaper clippings and stuff like that, right? And someone set up a thing where you get sent the newspaper clippings throughout the year for the story, right? So that might be an interesting way to do it. That starts in May and runs through November, so I don't know if anyone's interested.
Is that out yet, or is it like a next year thing?
Well, next year it'd be in May.
If you do it like that, it would go May through November.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So yeah, you just get like little snippets throughout a couple months, and you could consume it that way. It's slightly different than the book. The book's not entirely chronological. I'd say it's mostly chronological though, but
What's
yeah,
that called
so-
exactly? Like Dracula what?
Dracula Daily.
Daily. Interesting.
All right.
All right. Any
Anything else?
closing thoughts?
Yeah.
I think that if you were
Great
looking
book.
for a gothic kind of horror mystery, something flavorful and something that you can immerse yourself in, I think this is the book for you, personally.
Yeah, I agree.
You're gay, you like it. That's what all the reviews said. That's what all the reviews said. Okay? Said if you're
I don't
gay.
even think that was a big part. The best part about the book
That's
is
what the
literally- is
reviews
for me.
said.
Sure,
Of my
sure.
audiobook.
But my biggest thing is now I understand the references to it, and I like a lot of things that referenced it. So now I feel good
What-
because
What
I
things have
understand.
referenced it?
I'm pretty
Oh,
sure that
so much. There's
Castlevania
everything about
referenced
it.
Vampire
it.
Survivors.
Castlevania does.
Vampire Survivors.
Every vampire thing ever.
that anime that I watched, Call of the Night, that references this.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, so it's
They're
just like,
stealing.
everything.
Those
It's
are
cool.
interpolations, Cody.
Yeah.
Every
Interpolation.
vampire book, interpolations. Interpolations. They are
There you
interpolations. That's what they are.
You mean inspirations? Not
No.
interpretations, but I think it's
No,
like it's taking
no, no.
inspiration.
They're
No, he's
stealing.
using a
They're
different
stealing.
word.
They're stealing stuff. I'm allowed to steal the story.
All right.
What'd you think, Harry? I know you loved it. Thanks, bud.
All right. If we don't have anything else, do we want to say what
I have
we're
one
doing
more
next?
thing.
Oh,
I wish
okay.
there was
oh,
more
oh.
romance.
Oh yeah.
I agree. I
Yeah.
agree.
You know
I
what'd be
agree with
cool? And I think I think it'll exist if I look for it, but like if they told like the story of Carmilla from Carmilla's perspective. I have a feeling this exists.
Oh yeah.
But that would be really cool.
I assume there's 20 fan fictions. Of it.
Maybe, probably, but
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I wish there was more romance. I like a good romance in my
True.
books.
There were some
Especially
good
if it's good.
romance quotes.
there
There
was
was some good quotes, but it was very one-sided, you know?
It was. It was.
I wonder
What's
why.
For me, it was kind of the romance was boring because
Yeah.
Laura was always like, ew.
I don't know what to do with this.
everything that
Yeah.
everything that Carmilla said, she's like, you're crazy, you're nuts, man.
but
she's
also
like,
kind of
okay.
hot, probably.
She's 19, Arjun.
I think one of the quotes was like,
What the hell?
"You will think me cruel, very selfish, but love is always selfish. The more ardent, the more selfish. How jealous I am, you cannot know. You must come with me, loving me to death."
You guys are all goths.
There you go.
Dude, if Arjun was reading
Oh,
this,
yeah.
oh my gosh.
It's too quiet. I can't hear it.
Yeah,
I need
Arjun, you should do an
I
audio
need the
book for this.
Carmilla.
Yeah, there you
Yeah.
go. I mean,
It's
there's
a
like
public domain. You can.
there's 1,000 of them on fucking Audible. Go ahead, Arjun. One more won't hurt. All right.
All right, is that a wrap? Are we wrapping it?
What's our next
That's a
book?
wrap.
What's our next? Oh, we gotta mention our next book, don't we?
The next book is going to be something Harley loves because it's going to be written in the contemporary times
Very
of
modern.
the 1920s.
Suck again. What is the next one?
Call of Cthulhu by H.P. Lovecraft.
Whoa!
Quite short.
Quick turnaround on this
We
one,
could
too.
literally all read this in a day. In like
Alright.
2-3 hours, maybe.
Well, I hope our lesbian audience that we've gained from doing this now enjoys the book as much as we.
I want to say this here now because I can predict the future. I feel like everyone is going to like this book a lot more than what we're going to cover next, in my opinion.
I agree. I think everyone's gonna be a lot cooler on this one for Call of Cthulhu.
I'm about to shock your ass.
Harley,
Yeah,
I'm about to
Harley's about
knock
to
your
give it a
ass.
5.
Well,
Not
see,
watching it.
I thought the same thing about Book
Look
of
at
Five
this chick.
Rings. I thought he was gonna come in and give it a 5 just to be
No.
contrary.
Why? Why would I give that a
I don't
5?
know. I was just thinking
It
you were
was
gonna
so
be contrarian.
boring. I give that a 1. Why? Why? Why would you think I'd be into that?
I don't know. Well, I didn't think you were gonna be into it. I think you're just gonna be into.
Why would I give it a
making
5?
People upset.
No, I'm honest with what I give. Now, is it usually retarded how I do it? Yeah, but I'm honest with what I do. What reviews I give.
All right, Call of
Alright.
Cthulhu.
Yep, you know your homework.
All of Cthulhu. There
See
you go.
For real, not
I want
Lonesome
real.
Dove.
Yeah.
Unless you want to
real.
read Lonesome Dove.
Yeah, you know, if you
Yeah.
want
Maybe do that one just in
Lonesome
case
Dove,
we do it
it's
next
a big
week.
book. It's a
I
big
started
book.
Lonesome Dove.
I did too.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, it's going to take me a really long time.
It's a
That's why
long
I'm starting
book.
it early.
But yeah, if you were in the
I'll do
audience,
Let's do next week. Lonesome Dove. Everyone have that ready.
Oh, hang on.
Have that
I
one
will not
ready
have
for
that
next
done.
week.
Hang on.
We're definitely uploading the Lonesome Dove episode.
I'm going to have to
If,
listen like 8 hours a day.
Call
Yeah,
of
we're
Cthulhu is the
doing-
homework for Monday.
Call of Cthulhu for Monday?
The coming Monday, I believe.
We're doing Monday?
That's the
All right.
14th,
Call
yeah.
it.
Well, it might
Call
not be
it-
uploaded on Monday.
True.
Oh, we're doing it Monday, aren't
We record these 6 months in advance.
we? Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
you're right.
We're in
course.
April.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's why I brought up the Dracula Daily so that we
April-
can get on that in a month.
This is April 2023, so make sure you get your book ready.
Yeah.
So we got Call of Cthulhu for next time. Enjoy your read. We will have an AR test for next time.
We love
Signing
this.
off.